The
And
thing
I'm
that
sure
you have
you
to
did not
understand
check if a Native
is
American had
slavery is
previously owned the
over.
land.
Slavery is
And you are
over.
part of the
Listen,
Billie Eilish
slavery is
camp that
over,
will
and
say
you
that
don't
there's no
control what
illegals on
I do.
stolen land, but
But
you
you know
live in the
what? Let's
stolen
talk about
land.
the
You
let's
live
Don't
talk
on
talk
about the
stolen
over each
fact
land.
other.
that immigrants look like you. Wait, but let's talk about the
Also,
fact that
because I
immigrants
look
look
too
like
white, I'm a
you, right?
problem. I'm
Let's
Middle
talk about
Eastern.
Renee Good.
I am Middle
Let's
Eastern.
talk about Renee. Well,
Let's talk about
you
Renee
look like
Good.
a white woman. You look like a white
And is
woman.
that, wait,
And Renee
what
Good
is
was shot in
wrong
the
with
face.
looking white?
Alex Preddy
What
was
is
shot
wrong
and
with
killed.
looking white?
What you just watched was not debate, it was ignition. The moment pressure touched the conversation, control disappeared and emotion took over. Instead of answering, the response turned explosive, personal, and confrontational. And from here forward, every question will face the same fate: dodge, deflect, escalate. This is where the discussion stops being about facts and starts becoming about survival.
I'll preface my question carefully. It's since emerged that Billie Eilish's own massive mansion in California is built on Native American land, and the Sinai law firm in LA has reportedly written up a 30-day notice of eviction and is ready to serve her. So words can have consequences. What did you make of this?
Yeah, again, this whole notion that we exist on stolen land. I mean, either borders are imaginary or this is stolen land. You can't have it both ways, Piers. But it doesn't matter to these celebrities because there's never any cost to anything that they do on that stage. There's no social cost because everybody in the room is clapping like sheeps. They all share a brain. There's never any real monetary cost. Yeah, sometimes they donate to a cause, but that's a tax write-off.
Simple question. No simple answer. The pivot begins away from accountability toward accusation.
Their private jets, their lifestyle, their mansions, their property, their friendships. They compromise and sacrifice nothing. They stand on the stage and they deliver these messages because it makes them feel like they've done something without actually having to do anything at all. And they all stand in the room and they all clap for one another. And meanwhile, everyday Americans, everyday global citizens are looking at them like the dumbasses that they are because we know that they're hypocrites. Listen, celebrities, athletes, public figures, you are more than welcome to have an opinion. We're all welcome to have an opinion and to share it, but you can't be a hypocrite. If you stand on the stage like Billie Eilish and her weirdo brother, Phineas Ferb, whatever his name is, and you talk about stolen land, you best be ready to give up your land. And I believe up until this moment, I haven't heard anything from the Eilish camp about ceding their land to the Native Americans. So in that case, kindly shut up.
All right, Jason Lee, they're all a bunch of shameless hypocrites who don't know what they're talking about. And if they really believe in the stolen land theory, then they should be giving their mansions back.
Tone rises, certainty grows, but proof still missing.
Well, I'm not going to argue what these people do with their mansions, but a couple of things that you said that people are tired of what celebrities are talking about. Donald Trump is a celebrity, in case we forgot that. He's a celebrity that used his celebrity to become president. And his movement, Make America Great Again, is really about making America racist again. And if you want to talk about stolen land and just ignore what happened to the Native Americans, ignore what happened to black people in our country, to do that would be siding with the oppressors. And I will tell you, I'm not one to say that celebrities should matter, but this is the same president that just used Nicki Minaj to come from her home in Calabasas that was on its way to foreclosure or her being evicted, to come to an event to propel whatever message he wanted to get out there in front of the Epstein files. We have a president right now who throws Christianity, who uses every weapon of mass distraction in order to make the American people in the world forget the fact that he was hanging on a jet with Jeffrey Epstein, sitting over there on the island, and all the documents that have been released show that all the pedo sympathizers, even on this show, defending Donald Trump, have a lot that they don't want to be accountable for.
Now it shifts from argument to accusation, and the temperature keeps climbing.
Sir, do you own a home?
Okay, well, that's...
I'm sorry, there's somebody else waiting to talk. We can get into questions later because I'm ready for whatever you
No,
guys
actually,
say.
it's a good question. It's a good question.
What was the question?
Do you own private property in the United States?
what I own has nothing to do. It's almost as relevant as you sitting in the Grammys singing along to all the artists and using a moment to go get clout for the world to see you. I don't
So
know
you don't
you,
want
never
to
seen
answer
you. I
the
know
question.
Tommy,
Classic liberal response.
it doesn't matter.
I'm sure you own a home,
The
and
thing
I'm
that
sure
you
you
have to
did not
understand
check if a Native
is
American had
slavery is
previously owned the
over.
land.
Slavery is
And you
over.
are part of the
Listen,
Billie Eilish
slavery is
camp
over,
that will
and
say
you
that
don't
there's no
control
illegals
what
on
I do.
stolen land, but you
you know
live in the
what? Let's
stolen
talk about
land.
the.
You
Let's
live
Don't
talk
on
talk
about the
over
stolen
each
fact
other.
land.
that immigrants look like you. Wait, but let's talk about the
Also,
fact that
because I
immigrants
look
look
too
like
white, I'm
you,
a problem.
right?
I'm
Let's
Middle
talk about
Eastern.
Renee Good.
I am Middle
Let's talk
Eastern.
about Renee.
Let's
Well, you
talk
look like
about
you
Renee
look like
Good.
a white woman. You look like a white
And is
woman.
that wait,
And Renee
what
Good was
is
shot
wrong
in the
with
face.
looking white?
Alex Pretty
What
was
is
shot
wrong
and
with
killed.
looking white?
Listen,
Direct question. No direct answer. Personal attack replaces explanation.
your proximity to whiteness is jumping off the screen. And so you benefit from proximity to whiteness, but you don't want to acknowledge all the issues that your people are creating in our country and for the world
Sorry,
right
wait a
now.
minute.
So I'm here
Sorry,
to
wait
call
a
that
minute.
out.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute.
I look too white, guys.
Whoa.
Go ahead, Pierce.
Proximity to whiteness is now a problem.
No, I'm not saying it's a problem. Listen, I want to make America great again. I just don't know when it was great and for what people. I think this is make America racist again. I mean, peers in our country, you'd be considered an immigrant. Until they started
I'm a
shooting
child
white
of
people
two
in broad
immigrants.
daylight, this wasn't as big of an issue as it is right now. So let's just be honest about that.
Well, I am. I'm considered actually, for the record, an exceptional alien. That is my immigration status to the United States. I get a new visa every 3 years on average, and my exact, precise, the way they describe me on my visa is a exceptional alien. Now, I could get all upset about that. I don't think I'm an alien.
Big claims, bold tone, still clarity missing.
But I'm curious that you would attack Emily for her proximity to whiteness. In other words, she's not completely white, but she looks kind of white. So therefore, doesn't fly.
I mean, she looks like a white woman to me. I'm not attacking her. I'm addressing her. I think there's a difference.
But imagine if I said to you, Jason, imagine if I said to you, Jason Lee, you're kind of black, but it's more a proximity to blackness.
I get that, but I get that from white people all the time. My mother's Italian, my father's black. I get that I'm Dominican. I really don't care what people think my proximity is to, and I'm not sensitive.
You know what you'd call me if I said that?
I don't take it personal if anybody wants to
You would call me a racist if I said that.
He did just
and you
call
know
me
it.
one.
No, Piers, unlike some people that look like me, I actually think you're exceptional, and I love that you can put it out there and own it and stand in it like I can, and like everybody, like Tommy can, right? And so, my opinion about her is her opinion about Bad Bunny. We are all here to share our opinions, and I have to stand in mine.
I love Bad Bunny.
Confidence without resolution. The debate drifts further.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it. I mean, shout out to Melania. She's the most famous immigrant in our country right now. I haven't watched any of her work since she did the Tastefully Nude shoot or soft porn, whatever that thing was that she did before she became First Lady. The fact that we have an immigrant in the White House married to the president that's attacking immigrants who happen to look like me is hysterical. I didn't interrupt you. I'm sorry. Let me go back to something you said about Don Lemon because he's a friend and I was with
Well,
Don,
hang on. Just hang on, Jason. To one point, as Emily said, whereas either
but
Donald,
I do want to speak on that too,
hang on. Whereas Donald or Melania Trump attacked immigrants, from what I've seen, they've attacked illegal immigrants. And Melania made the point, she did everything legally. She did it the right way. And like millions of Americans who came in legally into the country and did everything the right way, she's entitled to feel pretty pissed when people just float in over an open border, isn't she?
We can't erase history. We've seen legal immigrants in our country separated from their families. We've seen people here legally sent to countries that they haven't lived in. So we're not going to act like that didn't happen, just like we're not going to erase slavery, just like we're not going to erase what happened to the Native Americans.
Moral argument expands, but answers remain unanswered.
History does still matter in this country, even if you take it out of the school system. Now, I know that the fragility of the people that you have booked here with me today keep hemming and hawing and moaning because they can't handle the truth. Maybe it's not in their script, and maybe it's not in the Bible that they continue to use and prop up as a way to defend their behavior. But let's be very clear. Listen, white girl, I'm talking to you now. You can just calm down and let
I'm
me
Middle
finish my
Eastern.
sentence. I
She's
didn't
not
interrupt
white.
you, and you can keep.
I'm Middle
She's not
Eastern.
white.
She's
She
a
has
white girl.
a
And
proximity
you keep
to
stepping on the
whiteness.
voices of people of color. Listen, Pierce. I said what she is. She can say what she is. She can cry in the car about it. Do another video that goes viral. At the end of the day, what we're talking about in this country is a lack of compassion. When we talk about the Pledge of Allegiance, justice for all. That means all people. Bad Bunny is an American. He had to remind you that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, even though you want to lump them in with all the illegals that climbed the gate down in Mexico. And let's be very clear, immigrants look like all of us. Like all of us. And so why are we only focused on black and brown? I didn't see Bad Bunny say I'm performing at the halftime show because I want a bunch of Mexicans to pull up. And I didn't hear the NFL say that. I've seen Jay-Z integrate culture, diverse culture into the Super Bowl. We saw Jennifer Lopez and Shakira make a very political statement about when they had dancers in cages at that time during their performance.
Let me bring in the others.
Peak confrontation, both accuse, neither resolves.
Let me bring in Emily. Emily, your response.
I'm still waiting for the punchline because you started with something and then you went to something else. I am, according to you, a white girl. I love Bad Bunny, so I'm not really sure what your point is. You keep calling people white as if it's a bad thing. You keep saying America is a place for only white people, yet you are here. With all due respect, if you're on this show, you must be slightly successful. You said you are part black. I'm not sure what your background is because I judge by merit. I'm not part of the DEI clan that judge people by their race or ethnicity. I care about two things. If you are legal in this country, then you are a citizen. I don't care from where you come from, as long as you do it the right way. Both my parents came to Ellis Island and did things the right way. So I don't think it's fair when people just illegally cross the border, cutting the line, and then reap the benefits of American citizens. And number two, I don't care what your skin color is or your ethnicity or your religion. I care that you're a good, kind person and that you're not indulging in these identity politics and trying to play the victim. And you, sir, are a hypocrite because I'm sure
politics.
you live in a home.
You literally are an identity
live in a home
conflict
that
sitting
used to
right
be
here
owned
on
by
the screen.
Americans.
Listen, I know
You
more of who I
literally
am
live
than
in
you
a home
appear
that
to
was
know who
owned by
you
Native
are. I haven't
Americans.
seen your
I
parents'
don't know
paperwork.
why you
I haven't seen your
don't
parents'
give your
paperwork.
home
How do
to
I
an
know that your
illegal
parents
Let her
came
finish
here
her point,
legally?
please.
your
Everything
home
that you've
to a
said
Native
on this show
American.
has
Don't talk
been
over
negative.
each other.
Listen,
Right, I want to bring in.
everything you said on
We're
this
running
show
out
has
of.
been divisive.
Okay,
Period.
time out.
This was not just an interview, it was a breakdown of how modern political debate now works. Questions were asked, but answers rarely came. Instead, the conversation shifted from facts to emotion, from discussion to confrontation, from clarity to chaos. You saw it, you heard it, you felt the hesitation every time a direct answer was replaced with deflection. This is a pattern. When pressure rises, accountability disappears. When evidence is demanded, accusations appear. And when debates turn into identity battles, truth becomes secondary. The result is simple: public trust erodes, confidence collapses, and viewers are left watching performance instead of leadership. This is why trust is gone. Not because people disagree, but because they no longer believe they are hearing the full truth. So now the real question is yours. Is this conviction or collapse? Is this leadership or political theater? If you want more breakdowns like this, like the video, subscribe and turn on the bell.